All right, today we're talking about a car that was never, ever just a car. It was a machine built for one single, brutal reason: to win. This is the story, the legend of the BMW E30 M3.
And that quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. That's not an exaggeration, it's the absolute truth. You have to remember, back in the mid-'80s, most of the car world was focused on comfort, on selling as many units as possible. But down in Munich, something very different, something way more aggressive was taking shape.
So what's the secret sauce? How do you turn a pretty standard sedan into an icon that people still dream about decades later? Well, to answer that, we've got to go back to the very place this legend was forged, the racetrack. Okay, let's get right down to it. The entire reason the E30 M3 even exists? You can sum it up in 3 letters: DTM. The German Touring Car Championship, or DTM, was the ultimate battleground. And BMW didn't just want to compete, they wanted absolute domination. But there was a catch, a rule, actually, that would end up changing car history forever.
And this right here, this is the crucial point. This rule of homologation basically meant that for BMW to unleash their ultimate weapon on the track, they first had to build and sell thousands of them to the public. Think about that for a second. The road car we now consider a legend wasn't the goal. It was just the key that unlocked the door to the racetrack.
And that perfectly sums up the car's entire philosophy. Every single decision, every line on the body, every component was decided by one question: will this make it faster? There were no focus groups, no marketing meetings, just the relentless, hardcore pursuit of speed. So, how do you turn a standard 3 Series sedan into a track-dominating machine? Well, you basically throw the style guide out the window and start listening only to the laws of physics. Now, what's so cool about this is that nothing you see here is just for looks. Those massive, boxy fender flares, they weren't a style choice. They were there so they could fit huge racing tires. That unique rear glass and trunk lid, all of it was designed to manage airflow and create downforce at insane speeds. It is pure, unadulterated function. And really, that quote says everything, doesn't it? The aggressive, iconic look we celebrate today wasn't dreamed up in some design studio. It's just a byproduct of engineering, a happy, beautiful accident born from the raw need to win. Now that we've seen the body, let's talk about the soul of this machine. Because if the aerodynamic shell was the weapon, the engine was its raging, high-revving heart. Meet the S14, a masterpiece. A high-revving, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that basically had the DNA of BMW's legendary Formula Racing engines baked right into it. This thing truly came alive, above 7,000 RPM, screaming a soundtrack that was just pure competition. But here's the thing. The numbers on paper never, ever told the whole story. The real magic of the M3 wasn't just how fast it was the feel. The throttle response was just instant. The steering wasn't just a way to turn the car, it was like a direct line of communication, telling you exactly what the front wheels were doing. This was a car that demanded your full attention. So, did all this race-bred engineering actually work? Well, let's just say the results speak for themselves. The M3 wasn't just successful, it was completely, utterly dominant.
And let's be crystal clear, that statement right there isn't just hype, it's a verifiable fact. To this day, no other single model of touring car has won more races or more championships. BMW created it for one purpose, and it fulfilled that purpose beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
From the short, intense sprint races of the DTM to the absolutely grueling 24-hour endurance challenges at places like Spa and the Nürburgring, the E30 M3 conquered them all. It beat legends from Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, and Ford, proving it wasn't just fast, but it was incredibly tough and perfectly balanced. But BMW didn't just build it and walk away. You see, in the world of motorsports, if you stand still, you get left behind. So success wasn't enough. They wanted to perfect their creation. The M3 became a living project, constantly being honed and sharpened. Over its life, BMW kept releasing these evolution models. Each one pushed the envelope just a little bit further, adding more power, refining the aerodynamics, and getting that road car ever closer to its racing brother. And this was the final form, the Apex, the Sport Evolution, or Evo 3. It had a bigger engine, more power, and even an adjustable front spoiler and rear wing you could change yourself. This was the homologation special in its absolute purest form. It was as close as you could possibly get to driving a DTM race car on public roads.
So why are we still talking about a car from the 1980s? Because in our world of digital everything, of screens and assists, the E30 M3 stands as a monument to a different, more mechanical time.
And among car enthusiasts, that's really how people see it. It represents a kind of purity, a connection between driver and machine that many of us feel has been lost in modern cars.
Just look at this comparison. The M3 had no electronic filters, no drive modes, no digital screens getting between you and the actual experience. It was just you, the machine, and the road. Every single input you gave had a direct, unfiltered consequence. It's a raw, mechanical connection that you just don't really find anymore. And as you might expect, that purity comes at a staggering price. Today, a good E30 M3 will easily cost you over €250,000 or dollars. And the really rare Evolution models, they're getting close to $1 million. But for the people who buy them, it's not about the money, it's about preserving a priceless piece of engineering soul.
It doesn't have the power of a modern hot hatchback, and it offers basically zero creature comforts. So why does it remain a hero? Why do we still dream about it? Because the E30 M3 is so much more than just steel, glass, and rubber, it's a physical reminder of a time when a car's entire existence could be justified by one simple, glorious goal: to cross the finish line first. And in that, it is absolutely perfect.